Marconi escapes pressure and throws an interception, and Grayson will return it for a touchdown. We are tied. Rocco Marconi scrambling away from a defender, and Grayson steps in front of the pass and scores. Third down and 5, 1 minute to go in the quarter. Still no Bulldog Bulldog wideout has caught a pass. Hart is out of the shotgun with Baja to his left, and Hart will hand off on a delay. No, he won't. Sacked in the backfield, Joe Dazzo on a blitz, and he's poking fun at Jasper Hart down on the ground. Joe Dazzo, forget about David Baja. He just creams Jasper Hart, and it's another 4th down.
2nd and 9 to the 48. Honolulu just one timeout left. They get the ball, leaving about 30 seconds left. Hand off Parker. Parker's got the first down.
Parker! Back attack! Attack!
Down to the 6-yard line. Ball game!
Between arguably the top 2 teams in the league coming up in a couple of weeks. 3rd down and 4. Zuli back to pass. Deep shot to Corky's wide open inside the 15 down to the 11-yard line.
Red Feather's going to have Brewski in the backfield, 2 wide receivers, and a tight end. Red Feather pump fakes once, right-hand side. That's going to be picked off! Picked off by O'Neal. Julius O'Neal with his first interception of the day.
It's panic time now for the Pride. Christensen throws. That's batted up in the air and intercepted. It's taken away and down the sideline goes number 20. Lucius Sanders put it on the board. Touchdown, Cleveland. Oh my goodness.
And here's the counter play to Zulu, and Ogun will go. He's his best run of the day, and Ogun Zulu will go for the touchdown. Wow, what a run by Ogun Zulu.
Unbelievable.
And they're being very precise, like exactly what you wanted them coming out of the half. And Pickler dropping back. He's going to fire deep, and it's going to be caught. And he's at the 30 to the 20 to the 10 and taking it into the end zone. Nick Finch with a huge touchdown, and just wow, what a play from the Gladiators, and the coverage there from the Tyrants. The DB went for the interception, and he came up with error.
1st and 10 from the 21 here. Just over 6 minutes to go in the 3rd. Chicago trying to uppercut this St. Louis Gladiators team and put them on the ropes. King, shotgun snap, moves in the pocket, fires deep down the field, caught at the back line! What a grab, and the first touchdown of Greg Soto's career is a spectacular one.
Greg Soto coming in, replacing the retired J.C. Torres. Said, don't worry, Jan. I know you lost a great one.
This will be just under 32 yards for Otis Boudreau. On his left hash, the right footer stands ready. Spot is down. Kick is up. It is good. Otis Boudreau does it again in walk-off fashion. Louisiana taking down Florida 20-19.
They go 4 wide with the tight end split out. Stopped over the middle, throws another interception, and this time it's Jack Brown.
That one's going in the house.
Touchdown, 7-6.
They call this, Colin, the law of averages. You know, whenever there's this many interceptions going on in a game, one of them's bound to go back to the house and get some points, right?
Oh my goodness! Now multiple linebackers have an interception, but this time Jack Brown turns around and runs it into the end zone.
And I'll tell you something. He dropped for Dunhill. He's going to lob it deep. It's going to be caught. No one around him. He's going to be in. Touchdown. Forward Toros. Stephen Hacker does the robot and gets us off flying.
Week 3 SFL action continues this evening from NordVPN Stadium in San Antonio, Texas, as the Alamo City Artillery host the Charleston Predators. Good evening, everybody. I am Mike Daggs, and joining me in the booth is the man that thinks he can drive in the snow but really can't, Gerald Smith. With us on stats is Eddie Gage and the one and only Justin Reside. You are watching the Simulation Football League presented by APM Music on YouTube. Gerald, no snow down here. How you doing, buddy?
Yeah, no snow. I love driving in fair weather.
Tonight's matchup is the third time that these franchises have faced off, and the third time that the Alamo City team will have a new name while playing against Charleston. In Season 13, the Predators flew to Seattle, took on the Tyrants. They lost that game 20-17. Season 17, they flew to Denton, Texas, to take on the Lone Star Glory. They won that one 31-21. Tonight, they flew to San Antonio, Texas, to take on these Alamo City Artillery, onto their sixth team name and fourth city that they will call home in their franchise history. Each of these teams enters Week 3 at 1-1. For one of them, they'll have a winning record after tonight. What are the keys to this game?
It will come down to defense for both teams. Both teams come into this week being in the bottom third in yards allowed per game, with both teams allowing over 400 yards per game. Charleston is ranked last in total offense coming into this week, and in their loss last week only had 281 yards of total offense. Alamo City, on the other hand, has an offense ranked number 1 in the league in total offense and had 542 yards of offense in their win last week, with 260 of those yards coming from running back Brad Jones. Whichever team can keep the other team's offense bottled up tonight will improve to 2-1 on the season.
Well, as Matt Wilson would say, there's only one way to find out, and that's on the field. So we'll head down to the field to get this one started, where Charleston is kicking things off. We'll get a look at the Alamo City offense here first, with the return being brought up to the 25-yard line. That is where we will see things get started. Ziggy Roenick with the return, and quarterback Ace Fennick out onto the field in his 6th season, all of which have been with this franchise. So he's traveled around with the team from Seattle to Denton, back up here, everywhere that they've gone. First pass of the night is incomplete. Short pass over the middle intended for Garrison Blue. The starting offense for Alamo City is quarterback Ace Fennick. The halfback is Brad Jones. The fullback, number 44, Njuzzi. The wide receivers, Hank Earl Troll, Ziggy Roenick, Greg Soto, and Deuce Fennick. The tight end, you just saw Garrison Blue. He was the target on that one. And keep an eye on left guard, Charles Michael, helping open up running lanes and keeping Ace on his feet. 3 wide receivers set now on second down. Ball is handed off to Brad Jones. Spins his way forward for a gain of 5. We'll bring up 3rd down and 5.
Yeah, 3rd down and 5. I would think that, hey, look, seeing how Brad Jones had a game last week well over 200 yards, like I said, 260 yards of that offense as running and catching the ball out the backfield. I would think that they would just, started out with him, a heavy dose of him, and see how it works.
2 backs in the backfield on 3rd down, deep down the right-hand sideline, easily picked off. And that one will turn the ball over to Charleston. Jumping up and grabbing it was Sam Blotner, the cornerback, getting the pick in his 3rd season.
Yeah, Blotner wasn't fooled at all. It looked like he was kind of peeking in the back right there at Fennick, and saw him kind of throw it up there. He had really good position, and there was really no question that it was going to be an interception there. It was a shot they took early on, and it just didn't go out. It seems like it just amounted to just a shorter version of a punt.
Blotner also had an interception in their Week 1 victory over the Houston Headhunters. Gets his 2nd on the season right there on the Artillery's opening possession. And now Charleston will see what they can do here on offense. Kentez Johnson is the quarterback. That run went to Saren Storm, who's the halfback. Also in at halfback, Nick Hoagland. The fullback is Terrell Sutherland. Wide receivers, Honus Odeby, Davius Reed, and Jay Hayden. The tight end, Brian Murphy. That one is handed off once again to Storm. We'll gain about 5 on that one. The center is rookie St. Nebuchadnezzar, 2nd-round pick
39th overall in the draft, the 6'2", 290-pound center.
It's going to be interesting. I think one of the more interesting things that I want to see is how they're going to be able to utilize like these two running backs they have, right? Because their offense has struggled even though they are 1-1.
On third down, a quick out route up top is complete and will move the chains. So the first pass of the night from Kentez Johnson is complete. That one went to Brian Murphy, the tight end.
That's something they're going to have to do, all game here, especially the struggles they had on offense, right? Especially last week. So they're just going to have to really take what the defense is giving them and just, kind of march down the field, maybe even nickel and dime them a little bit to be able to get to where they, moving the chains and getting downfield.
Hoagland gets his first carry of the night. Actually, that's his second carry of the ball game. That one good for a gain of 3. Sets up a 2nd down and 7. 5 on the line for Alamo City. Johnson in the gun now. Johnson out route down to the bottom. That one he's able to connect with the fullback, Terrell Sutherland. Sliding for a gain of 4. And the starting defense for the Alamo City Artillery, the defensive line, Jukin Rukin, Yogi Barr, Stephen Fellows II, and Tina Begin. The linebackers, Jay Mart, Bogey Barr, and Rob Foraker. Get to the secondary after this play on 3rd down and 3. Looking to move the chains, and they run it to Hoagland. Hoagland gets all the way up to the 21-yard line. A gain of 17 will move the chains. The secondary for Alamo City, Relger Law, Mickey McGuire, Rain Rie, Jeff Spicoli, Jukin Rukin Jr., and Albert Begin. Gerald, a nice run there by Hoagland.
Yeah, Hoagland looked like he kind of broke one tackle, and maybe, the artillery defense, possibly thought that he was just bottled up, and he just kind of got lost behind, some of the big guys there. He was able to just leak himself out and run for about another 15 after that.
Offset I formation on 1st down. That one tossed down to the fullback Sutherland. And Charleston looking pretty methodical on this drive, Gerald. They're moving right along.
Yeah, and a couple of plays on this drive, right? They're going to their veteran in the backfield, and Terrell Sutherland, right? He's the most experienced running back. I know he's a fullback, but he's the most experienced back on the team. So they're utilizing him real good right now.
3 receivers up top, but they'll run it to Hoagland once again. Only gains 1 that time, and it'll set up another 3rd down and 4. They've had a couple of 3rd downs on this possession, and so far converted them all. Let's see what they can do here.
Yeah, they're manageable, right? These are 3rd and manageable, especially right here. I mean, because their struggles on offense that they've had, throughout the season, getting into 3rd and shorts can be really beneficial for them.
And this time stuffed in the backfield. That one went to Saren Storm, and he goes absolutely nowhere. Brought down by Yogi Barr, and that'll bring up a 4th down and 5. And after a nice, promising drive, Brad Bretchett on for a field goal try. This one will be from 32 yards out from the right hash. Lion Trees, the holder. The kick is up from 32, and it is good. Charleston on the board first, 3-0 over Alamo City. If you are new to the SFL, the Simulation Football League combines traditional sports, esports, and a role-playing game into one. Team strategies are being executed in real time by our simulations as real-life players compete on the virtual gridiron. For more information about the SFL, you can visit our website at simulationfl.net. The SFL, we put the fan in fantasy. And Brad Bretchett will put the ball into the air. And Alamo City are going to get another shot at it, Gerald. Their first drive didn't go so well. 3 plays and a pick.
Yeah, it equivalent to like a 3 and out. That's why I kind of referenced like a short punt there on that last one. So, and they only had 1 play to the guy that had, well over half their offensive yardage in Brad Jones. So I would really expect them this drive, hey, to give him the ball and see what he can do for you. See if he can do something similar to what he did, last week where he kind of took over the game.
Fennick has not completed a pass yet and changes that with that throw. He's able to get that into the hands of Greg Soto. Nice gain of 9. That's a nice way to start the drive.
Yeah, it was a nice, quick, short little out route there. And Soto was able to tiptoe it right there and kind of shoulder charge a guy and, pick up extra 5 to 6 yards and make it 2nd and 1.
6 minutes on the clock here in the first quarter. I formation for the artillery. Ball goes to Brad Jones, hit behind the line, but he's able to get past where he needed to be. Tackled on the play by Mark Martin, and let's introduce the starting defense for the Charleston Predators. The defensive line is Thomas Matthews, John Lally, Maurer Rivers, and Robert Cherry. The linebackers, Jack Brown, Gino McFly, and Kevin Brackett. The secondary is Mark Martin, who just made that tackle, Tyson Thorne, Sam Blotner. Safeties are Jacob Clear, Matt Ryan, the first-round pick rookie, and John Stamango. The outside linebacker, number 50, Gino McFly, Gerald, the number 1 overall pick in this past offseason's draft.
Yeah, and they're going to need him too, especially, right here, going against Alamo City right here. And so far up front, the defense is doing a good job on Brad Jones.
Oh, nice. Oh, no, a nice pass over the middle. Wow. Straight into the hands of Stamango. And Matt Wilson taking me over on that one, Gerald. I couldn't help it.
Yeah, and they've been playing the pass well, and they've been playing the run well so far, right? So if Charleston keep this up, I mean, it's kind of, it's with, Alamo City having the number 1 offense, right? You would think that they would have came out kind of blazing.
0 for 1 on 3rd down so far in the ball game. And this time they are able to convert. Wow, what a dart. All the way down to the 38-yard line, hauling that one in, Greg Soto.
Yeah, and Ace Finnick trusts his guy, and he's just thrown it up there. He's like, look, I'm going to throw it to my guy, go get it. It's a 50-50 ball. He said he's going to take his guy all day, and Greg Soto at 6'4", right, towering over the DB there. So, look, and now it has them right on the edge of field goal range right now. So, and maybe that's the play they needed right there to be able to spark their offense and get them rolling.
28-yard reception by Soto. Brad Jones gets another crack at it this time. Able to churn forward for a gain of 4. Probably right now, I'd say, on the outskirts of field goal range. So take care of the ball. They could at least maybe get this one tied back up.
Yeah, and that's Brad Jones' 4th carry. And just seeing how productive he was last week, he has a long carry of 5 yards so far this game through 4 carries.
Gets another shot at it there. Met right at the line and tackled. No gain on the play. Brings up another 3rd down. They converted their 3rd down and 10 earlier on with a 28-yard pass down the field. See what they can do here from the 34-yard line.
Right, and it's a 3rd and medium, right? I do think this right here, this situation right here is a good situation to, find your tight end in Garrison Blue right here.
Fennick throws over the middle, and wow. Gerald, I'll just let you take that one away because you called it.
Yeah, because look, I had him in Louisiana, and that guy finds a way to get open. Him being the all-star that he is. And look, he just knows how to get open. And I'll take Garrison Blue matched up against a linebacker any day.
So 1st down and goal from the 6. Another 28-yard reception. 2 of them on this drive alone. 3 minutes in the first quarter. Fennick in the gun, throws end zone, and it is caught. Touchdown for the artillery. Goes back to Greg Soto. He had a couple of big catches on this drive. None bigger than that one right there. Touchdown, yeah. Alamo City.
It's almost just like the way they kind of wrote it for this drive. threw it to Greg Soto for the big play on 3rd and long to be able to get their offense rolling. Then a few plays later, hit him on a nice out route for a touchdown. So now this is the Alamo City offense that I expected to see right from jump. Look, and they wasted no time going down the field and being able to, put themselves in the lead.
9 plays, 76 yards, ending in a 6-yard touchdown pass to Greg Soto. Started all the way back at their own 23-yard line. A very nice, methodical drive. And, Gerald, a great way to respond after, not only a 3-and-out on the first drive, but 3 plays and a pick on their first drive. So, first drive lasted only 42 seconds. That one several minutes long.
Yeah, and look, and they had confidence in their quarterback, too, in Ace, right? Look, they were trying to get the run game going, but it seemed like Charleston is just ready for it. And, hey, they put it back in the hands of Ace and just let him do his thing, throw it to his guys as they get open.
Greg Soto in the YouTube chat saying, what did I miss? Well, a couple of amazing catches by you. So rewind it and watch it. Kick return brought up to the 22-yard line. Charleston back out onto the field on offense. Their first drive, 10 plays, 41 yards. Ending in a field goal. They're going to be looking for more out of this one.
And they're going to have to...
Oh, go ahead, Gerald.
No, and all Charleston is going to have to do is similar to what they did on their last drive. If they can keep replicating that, I think they'll be okay.
And as Johnson only threw 1 pass on the first drive, throws another one there, and it's complete for a gain of 8 yards, connecting with Jay Hayden, his first catch of the ball game. Of course, most of these throws are going to be the first catch of the ball game for everybody since he's only completed 2 passes.
Yep, 2 passes. And look, he's got his team with 3 points, right? As long as they keep a clean sheet, right? Mistake-free football, I don't think they're going to have a whole lot to worry about. Just got to make sure they pick up the yards necessary. Oh.
Quick pass over the middle is batted down. Jay Mart jumping right out in front of that one, swatting it away. 3rd down and 2.
I thought I gave him the broadcaster's curse whenever I seen him throw it right over the middle, and Jay Mart was right there to knock the ball down. So, oh, man.
2 of 3 on 3rd down in their opening possession. Deep in their own territory. They need to convert this. 4 wide receiver look, trips to the top. They're going to go down to the bottom. Connecting for some big yards. Brian Murphy, the tight end, getting the catch, getting the yards, getting the first down.
Yeah, and like I said, he was kind of mashed up on a linebacker right there too. Any tight end mashed up on a linebacker, in my opinion, is a mismatch. It's really, really tough for the linebackers in this league to cover, especially the most talented tight ends in the league. So it was almost an easy pitch and catch for him there.
Quick handoff goes nowhere. Mickey McGuire was waiting on that one. Grabbed up the fullback Terrell Sutherland. No gain on the play. 2nd down.
Yeah, and they need to pick up yards, right? I think the key to Charleston's success is picking up yards on every play just to reduce the amount of yards you need to get just in case you get a 3rd and long. If you get a 3rd and long, I think it's trouble.
And they're going to have a 3rd and long after that short pass. In traffic, Nick Hoagland got the catch, but immediately tackled. There really wasn't much that he was going to be able to do with that one.
No, he was. I'm gonna call that the junk, right? He was caught up in the junk right where he threw the ball, and he really had nowhere to go. So it seemed like he tried to juke out of it, and he just juked himself backwards just a little bit. Not that he lost a whole lot of yards though.
And 3rd down and 9. Pass over the middle is picked off. Deflected a couple of times and then finally taken away. Trying to see who got that one. It looks like that was Relger Law getting the pick.
Yeah, no, and the way they slanted over there, man, the way Alamo City had it covered, he just really had nobody to throw the ball to. He tried to hang on it a little bit longer until somebody got open. But with those routes that they were running, it just had all the defenders and wide receivers just kind of come in one area. And when he threw it, it just got batted, and then, it was tip drill at that point, and Relger Law was able to come away with it.
His first pick on the season. Sets his team up in opponent territory in the first Pass on the drive by Ace Fennick. That is complete. Hauled in by Deuce Fennick. The Fennick connection. Good for a gain of 8.
Yeah, they got a family of Fennicks here. They got the kicker Matt Fennick, Ace Fennick, Deuce Fennick. I wonder if there's a Ace, a Deuce, and there's there Trey Fennick somewhere around in there.
It sounds like there should be. That formation handoff. Oh. Brad Jones, and he got the first down, but he paid the price for that one.
They made him work for that one. Look, he's having trouble running right there up the middle, right? I think Charleston has, the running game, at this point, in check. The way Alamo City's been, throwing the ball around. I think that's where they've been most successful. So,
final play of the first quarter is a pass over the middle. Ziggy Ronick getting the catch, his first of the ball game. Gets another first down up to the 23-yard line.
Yeah, man, Ace looks so comfortable back there. He's not pressured or anything else, and he's just throwing it right where he needs to. Look, and he's been, so far this season, he's been one of the most efficient quarterbacks, as far as touchdown-interception ratio goes in the league right now.
1 quarter down, 3 to go. Alamo City out in front here at home, 7-3 over the visiting Charleston Predators. You're watching the Simulation Football League presented by APM Music on YouTube. Fennick 94 yards and a touchdown on the day. 98.6 rating. I'm Mike Daggs. He's Gerald Smith. Eddie Gage, Justin Reside with us on stats. And a free play for Alamo City.
Oh.
Looks like they'll probably end up accepting that penalty, Gerald. It looks like he only was able to gain about 4.
Man, I would have liked to seen Ace Fennick just throw it deep, especially in a situation like that where you cause the defender to jump. I mean, take a shot downfield. If you throw the pick, it's coming back anyway. You can take your 5 yards or whatever else. Just take a shot.
And Artillery do accept that penalty. It'll be a first down and 5 now.
I think Ace Fennick's just in that mode, him, at his early interception was only his second on the season.
Ball is handed off to Brad Jones. Goes nowhere on that play. 2nd down and 5. And he's being efficient with the ball, and that's what you want to do. Turnovers definitely a way to bring your team to a loss. So far he's being pretty good.
Yeah, he's taking care of the ball in all phases. Even on the free plays, he's like, nah, I'm gonna take the safe route.
Jones having trouble getting anything going. Stuffed in the backfield that time. He's averaging just over 1 yard per carry tonight on 8 attempts.
Yeah, look, and Charleston did their homework and monitoring film to saw where Brad Jones had his most success last week with getting over 250 yards. So. They're ready.
5 wide, going up top, complete. First down and goal up to the 7-yard line. Ziggy Ronick with his second catch of the ball game sets Alamo City up in great scoring range.
Look, and you can see why Ace Fennick is, he's able to find the receivers open. He has excellent protection. He's under no stress whatsoever back there. He has all kind of time in the world to be able to find his guy open.
High formation on first down and goal. Jones says, you know what? I don't need to have a lot of yards per carry. I'll just punch it into the end zone from 6 yards, maybe 7 yards out. Touchdown for Alamo City. They've got a 2-score lead.
Yeah, Brad Jones says, that guy up in the booth said, my longest has been 5 yards. I'm going to hit him with this 7-yard run and give my team another 6 points. So, and this is what is going to be dangerous for Charleston at this point, right? Now that Alamo City has got their feet under them right here at home, they're going to have to answer everything again, every score that they have, because right now their passing offense just seems unstoppable.
Extra point by Matt Fennick is up and good. 14-3 the score here in Alamo City. And yeah, Jones has had quite a season so far. Gerald, he's through the first 2 weeks of play, is second in the league in rushing yards, 322. He's third in average, averaging 7.5 yards per carry. So a first down every 2 touches.
How is that average of yards in third?
Yeah, I know. Who's better than that?
7.5 a carry in your third.
Third best. Yeah, third best in the league.
That's insane.
Yeah, bizarre. And 4 touchdowns on the season, which is good for second place in the league. So, he's doing quite well so far in this one. 9 rushing attempts, 17 yards, and 1 touchdown. So just barely averaging under 2 yards per carry. His long on the night was that touchdown, the touchdown rush. So Kentez Johnson trying to get something going here and throws it again into the arms of Jay Mart. Can't pick that one off, though, so second down and 10.
And I tell you what, they keep throwing it toward J Mart right there. He's going to grab it and run it in before long. I mean, it's the second time he's got, but I don't understand with these linebackers. Get them on the jug machine and give them to catch it, because I see these guys bat so many balls down over the course of a season, and all we do is like, man, drop the bricks out of your hands and catch one.
Jugs machine in practice. That's what's in their future. 2 backs in the backfield, 3 wide receivers set. Johnson to throw. Passes over the middle, and that one is caught. Wasn't sure who he was going for. Not sure his receivers knew who he was going for either. Jay Hayden gets the catch, but Davius Reed is kind of looking like he thought it was for him. Kind of reaches back. He almost batted down the pass.
They're like, man, we're kind of struggling. We need to get something going, man. Somebody's got to catch it.
Yeah, so one of you two catch this. Here you go.
I can just imagine where you got to put his hand back, and Jay Hayden's like, no, boy, I got it.
Ball is handed off once again, and only gaining 3 on that carry.
Oh,
and
no.
Down he goes. Nick Hoagland was the one who had that handoff, and down to the turf he goes to see.
Oh, look, J Mart.
Can't really see what happened.
J Mart just drove him into. He tried to spin, and J Mart drove him into the turf.
So we might see a little bit more out of Saren Storm.
And maybe J Mart got upset. I was talking about his hands were made of bricks.
Yeah, so he says, I'll use these bricks and just bash this dude. Injures him. So Saren Storm, no, it's going to be Terrell Sutherland who gets the handoff there. And we'll look for an update on Hoagland as the night progresses. 3rd down and 9. And yeah, it's always frustrating to see an injury like that. You have your game plan written up. You think you know what to expect, and then something like that just throws a wrench right into the gears. 4 wide receiver look on 3rd down. Johnson to throw deep down the middle, and it is caught. A jumping reception by Davius Reed, climbing the ladder and moving the chains.
He caught that in between 2 other defenders. I think there was a total of 3 people around him, and he just went up and got it.
Yeah, that was one
Watch
heck
this.
of a catch.
Like, oh man,
yeah.
Dude, there was guys all over him, and that's a trust. That's a trust right there that Kentez, has in Davius Reed to be able to, throw it up there and trust your guy to go get it. Look, and this could be just like Alamo City had, right? A big 3rd down conversion. It could spark their offense.
Mickey McGuire had probably some of the best coverage that you could hope for on that drive, or on that pass, and couldn't swat the ball away. Terrell Sutherland with a drop there. 24 yards on that last reception.
And Sutherland had about 8 to 10 yards had he pulled that ball in. Hope it's not anything that's just gonna kind of slightly demoralize the offense and a little bit of momentum that they may have had.
Deep drop by Johnson, and then throws it behind the line of scrimmage to Saren Storm. Brings up a 3rd down and 11.
And these are the situations that I think Charleston has to stay away from, right? These 3rd and longs. It just seems like that the way that they're structured, right? Like the 3rd and longs just aren't in their favor.
4 of 6 on 3rd down so far in the ball game. And they are now 5 of 7. They're able to convert that one. It's not ideal, as you said, Gerald, but they're able to get it done.
What do I know? Quintez and Odeby says, watch this, pal. Just shut your mouth. We're going to drive down where there's 3rd and long, 3rd and short. It doesn't matter. We got a game we're trying to win.
Johnson started off 0 for 2, now 8 of 11, 76 yards. No touchdowns yet. Has a pick. We'll see what he's able to do. 2nd down and 8 after that gain of 2.
Yeah, Storm doesn't look like he has the speed that maybe Odeby, is able to run with. He looked a little bit slow coming out there, and he took a kind of wrong, trajectory to be able to get, outside. Took a dip back to run forward.
Slant route is incomplete. Looked like the defender may have gotten there a touch early, but no flag means it didn't happen, and I'm wrong. 3rd down and 8. And like we said earlier, Gerald, they've only missed on 2 out of 7 3rd downs. They're doing pretty good so far. We'll see what they can do here.
Yeah, look, and if they line in that same formation, it's a little bit of a different formation what they had before, but it's look, they proved me wrong twice in a row on 3rd and long, so we're going to see what they're going to do here.
Johnson to throw, and he's able to do it again. 1st down and goal from the 9. Great pass.
And it seemed like Alamo City was worried about like right in the middle. They had the right in the middle where all the slants were kind of conversion was straight covered. But that far receiver on the outside, on the right side right there, it's almost like they just forgot about him sitting out there. He was just a little bit further out, and he was wide open. Probably didn't have anybody within 5 yards.
Johnson up top. That one is complete to Brian Murphy. Momentum carries him out of bounds. 2nd down and goal from the 4. Gain of 5 on that reception.
He couldn't stop his 6'5", 250 frame and put his foot in the dirt and turn up, because I think if he turns up, I think it's an easy walk in for him right there to put 6 on the board. But now it gives Alamo City a chance to stop him.
12 plays so far on the drive. That handoff to Terrell Sutherland goes nowhere. They'll spot it 1 yard forward. 13 plays now on the drive. 3rd down and goal.
I'm not even going to comment and say what I think they should do on 3rd down here, because I don't have no idea. But they're going with a 3-wide set. This is going to be interesting. I would expect them to throw a screen pass down to the bottom of the screen on the left side.
Johnson throws the screen pass down to the bottom, and Saren Storm not able to get it done. Ralger Law gets the tackle, brings up the 4th down, and another Charleston drive, a very lengthy, promising Charleston drive, ends with a Brad Bretchett field goal try.
Yeah, and look, if Quintez holds on to that ball for about another second or two and let Saren Storm get a little bit further away and maybe a little bit further down the field, I think he scores there. But he threw a little bit too early, gave the defenders a chance to converge on him and the ball.
And the field goal is blocked. Actually, Gerald, they just went and tackled Lion Trees. They tackled the holder before the kick could even get off. Turnover on downs, no points. What would have been a 20-yard chip shot.
I've never seen that. Dude, just he sacked the holder.
He did, yeah. Backup quarterback Lion Trees is the holder, and he's just standing there, or kneeling there, holding the ball, and Bretchett's getting ready to kick it, and instead sacked. Turnover on downs. Loss of 1 on the play, and we have a game update from the SFL studios. Cameron Irvine, what do you got?
Thank you, Mike. Tulsa 0-4 all time against Florida, holding their own so far. JQ hits or finds Douglas Brown for the 3-yard touchdown. Florida added a touchdown of their own, tied at 7 in the first. Back to you guys in San Antonio.
Thank you, Cameron. And an update on Nick Hoagland. He fractured his arm, so won't return tonight. It looked like on that tackle he had fallen forward, Gerald, and obviously that ended up being what caused the injury, landing on his arm like that. 3rd down and 5 now for Alamo City.
Yeah, it's a big opportunity for Charleston right here to shut this drive down.
Fennick says no, connects deep over the middle to Greg Soto once again. 131 yards through the air now for Ace Fennick.
Yeah, and this is, look, and when it's 3rd down, it seems like when it's 3rd and long, Alamo City finds Greg Soto for the big play. And it's not like a cheapie either, man. He's way down the field.
24 yards down the field, in fact. Getting a nice deep reception and moving the chains. So Alamo City still out in front, 14-3 over the Predators. Charleston tried to get it back to a 1-score game, but the tackle field goal attempt, I don't even know what to call it. Ziggy Roenick gets another 1st down, all the way up to about midfield. Are you liking the game so far? Smash that like button and subscribe to the SFL's YouTube channel if you haven't done so already. The SFL produces over 400 events a year. There's nobody else that gives you more football. Don't miss a minute of SFL or SFLM action and help the channel grow through your support. Thank you for helping the SFL reach 10 years of operation through your viewership. Diving attempt by Deuce Fennick is incomplete, well defended.
Yeah, the defender was able to get just a finger on it to be able to, knock it loose as the receiver was diving in the air to try and catch it. So, Charleston has got to find a way to get pressure on Ace Fennick to stop him from being able to find his receivers. If they're not able to do that, they're going to struggle.
This one handed off to Brad Jones, the man who, like we said earlier, Gerald, he's number 3 in the league with a 7.5 yard per attempt rushing average. Who's ahead of him? Bailey O'Shaughnessy of the Denver Nightwings is currently averaging 8.3 yards per carry, and Scott Johnson of the Las Vegas Fury averaging 9.1 yards per carry in at number 1. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. Alamo City out in front, in possession, and knocking on the door to put up some more points.
Because if I'm not mistaken, Alamo City just had that very first drive where they had 3 plays and threw an interception on the 3rd, and then they've scored on every other possession after that.
On 3rd down and 3, sending that one out to Brad Jones, and a great tackle will put an end to this drive. Well outside field goal range, so they're going to need to punt this one away, or 4th down and 1. I don't know, you're out in front 2 scores. Might think about going for it, but they're not going to. John Wilson on to punt. Matt would be upset. There's only 1 L in that last name, Wilson. It's not how it's supposed to be.
No. Of course I say that, but I'm like, I've seen Matt's last name. I'm like, is that how it's supposed to be? Did somebody misspelled it?
Nope, it's supposed to be 2 L's. The 2L'd Wilson's a rare breed. That one downed at the 12-yard line. So Charleston needs to get something going here, Gerald. They've got a good opportunity right now if they take advantage of this properly. 1:13 to go. They've got all 3 timeouts. They do have a long field ahead of them, but they also do get the ball back to start the second half. Saren Storm, the only running back remaining, has a total of 6 yards on the ground. He's got 2 yards, minus 1 yards receiving. Add to that total right there. Perfect setup, perfect blocks. Gets up to the 31-yard line and steps out of bounds. So that definitely sets them up much better.
Yeah, and that's a good way to get it started, right? Maybe Alamo City was thinking, hey, look, man, they're going to go a little bit deeper, but they just kind of dumped it off and he had some help, right? He got a decent block right there, and he just kind of outran the other guys there. So that's a good way to get, some yards down the field and get your little breathing room from your own end zone.
First down and 10 from the 31. Short drop, quick pass, jumping reception, and it is made up at the 46-yard line. Nice jumping catch by Jay Hayden. Yeah, that was great. Hurries back to the line. Johnson dropping deep, goes to the right-hand side this time. And another completion to Davius Reed. Tackled in bounds. So the clock will continue to roll, saving those timeouts for now. Another short drop. Johnson steps up. Thought he might run it himself, but he doesn't. And I believe an offensive lineman was too far downfield, Gerald.
I think there was two of them. Pass interference?
Wow. Defensive pass interference. Gerald, there was a offensive lineman.
There was
past
two
the
of
first
them.
down. Yeah, past the first down marker.
Because
forget past the line of scrimmage. There was an offensive lineman past the first down marker when that ball was thrown.
I saw the same thing because, Kentez was scrambling. I thought he was going to run, but he stopped. And maybe the lineman took a peek back and saw the same thing, and they kind of started to jog downfield, and he threw it. And luckily for Charleston, they got a PI call instead of an eligible receiver downfield.
That is interesting call. So, keeps the drive going. They're going to call their first timeout with 35 seconds to go. Second down and 12. Tonight, a pair of early season unbeaten teams takes center stage in Canada, where Robert Redford and the Vancouver Legion will host BDG Hollywood and the Atlanta Swarm in the first SFL game in Canada in 2023. Coverage starts at 9:15 p.m. Eastern right here on SFL YouTube. And Gerald, I hear the broadcast crew on that game is absolutely phenomenal. Kentez Johnson to throw. Tipped and nearly picked off. But it goes down to the turf. Third down and 2.
Yeah, that was an opportunity for Alamo City to kill that drive. And that broadcast crew that's going to be up in Canada, they also have this Concorde jet so they can fly from Texas to, there. And it's, it's part of the, DAG's Drone Works fleet. That's from what I hear.
That's right. It's not a Concorde. It's a quadcopter that somehow can fly at the speed of light. Johnson on third down. Completes it up to the 18-yard line. They'll burn their second timeout right inside the red zone. And Honus Odeby jumps up to call that timeout. 1 remaining.
And he's able to find Odeby open here. And now this is something I don't want to touch on, right? And we didn't really touch on it when Alamo City was down at the 42 of Charleston with 4th and 1. If Charleston comes away with a touchdown here, and then you're going to have Alamo City holding on to those 3 timeouts. They could have run up to the line with what it was like a minute left and try to draw them off sides just in case.
Yeah, I would have.
To better do. I mean, because you can't take them home with you, right? You can't save for the second half. So if they score here, I think Alamo City's going to be, regretting something a little bit.
Johnson threading the needle. Wow, what a catch!
And this is it
Brian
right
Murphy.
here. If they do slants again, they might have something.
Johnson end zone and almost picked off. Second down and goal from the 1, and with 1 timeout remaining and 10 seconds on the clock, I think we might see the field goal unit here. I'm not sure if they'll try one more.
Yeah, and I don't know if that just scared them too, right? If that just scared them, whatever. And plus, look, and they're playing this right here as well too. I don't know if you have a bobbled snap or something like that.
You saw what happened on their last field goal.
Yeah,
tackled lion trees.
Yeah.
So if that happened on this one, they'd be able to do it again. But kick is on its way. It's up. It's good from 18. So
they
had
the
able
timeout
to get it.
Yeah, and they had the timeout to spend if he did get sacked.
Right.
Dude,
yeah.
It's kind of crazy to say. Yeah, he got sacked. I can just see the trees calling mom. Mom, I got sacked. Oh, you played? No, I was just holding a field goal.
Just holding my field goal and somehow got sacked.
And mom would be like, "What are you talking about, kid? You mean you didn't play, but you somehow got sacked?" Yeah, it was amazing.
I was just doing my holding thing and got sacked. This is his proudest moment of his holding career. Mr. and Mrs. Trees could not be more proud. Look at that, our son got tackled.
Yeah, they're gonna put that on a highlight reel.
That's right. You're gonna have to go to, well, I don't know, what's that website they use to clip
Streamable.
things? Streamable. That's the one. I already forgot. He gave me all the instructions, and I forgot already.
It's in the Discord.
Yeah, no, I got it.
Terrible, terrible tutorial, by the way.
No, it was the best tutorial I've ever seen. So the final play of the first half, a little out route. That's it. So 0-0's on the clock, and Alamo City's drive will end with the half. 14-6, Alamo City out in front over the Charleston Predators. Charleston able to make it into a one-score ball game entering the half, Gerald, and they'll get the ball back to start the second half. So theoretically, they could potentially tie this one up as we take a peek at the first half stats and highlights. What are your thoughts so far on this one?
Yeah, and the big stat to me that kind of sticks out on the Alamo City side is a 27 rush yards for them. You know, that was the, you know, like the at least half of their offense last week with Brad Jones doing what he did and everything else. And credit to Charleston for kind of lingering around here, right? They're not looking great, but they're not doing anything terrible. They're not turning the ball over or anything like that, right? So if you can really limit your turnovers, you know what I mean, or just, you know, equal out your turnover ratio with your opponent, you know, you might get yourself in a situation to be able to win it, right? And they made some stops when they need to, and they're only a score behind. So, you know, at this point, seeing how Alamo City, right, has got such a high-powered offense, I would have, you know, thought that they would be in a lead, you know. And for two straight drives, they had 2 touchdowns, and they nearly looked unstoppable. But Charleston find a way to stop them on, you know, one of their last drives of the half, and then, you know, they're able to put themselves in a situation to kick a field goal, and now they're just 8 points behind.
Alamo City started things off with an interception on their opening possession from Ace Fennick. Charleston would respond with a 10-play, 41-yard drive, ending in a 32-yard field goal. Alamo City then responding on their own, 9 plays, 76 yards, with a 6-yard touchdown pass. Charleston would throw their first pick of the ball game, their only one so far on their next possession, and that would end the first quarter. Alamo City would score points off turnovers, which is always a big momentum shift. 8 plays, 45 yards, 7-yard rushing touchdown by Alamo City. Charleston then had that bizarre drive, Gerald, 15 plays, 70 yards, longest drive of the ball game by either side, and it ended in a, well, I mean, it's listed as a blocked field goal, but that was a sacked field goal. The first in league history, maybe? I'm not sure. Alamo City would punt on their drive after 8 plays, 49 yards. Charleston, 10 plays, 81 yards later, got the 18-yard field goal to make this a 14-6 ball game. They'll get the ball back now to start the half. Number 2, I'm Mike Daggs. He's Gerald Smith. Let's get the second half started. Eddie Gage, Justin Reside with us on stats. Cameron Irvine, our producer. And returning it up the left-hand side, Honus Odaby. Kentez Johnson now back out onto the field on offense. 17 of 23, 175 yards. No touchdowns, 1 pick. His completion percentage, just about 74%, Gerald. Pretty efficient. He spread the ball around well. Odaby, Reed, Hayden, and Murphy all with multiple receptions. Saren Storm has multiple receptions as well. He's really spreading the ball around evenly.
Yeah, and look, and they're going to have to keep doing that, right, to give themselves a chance right here. So, you know, look, and them being able to get at least some points before half and them getting the ball right here at the second half, hey, they can come down and they can, you know, if they can go down and score a touchdown and they go for 2 and get it, man, they're right where they want to be.
You know, and I don't want to jump ahead, but would you go for 2 this early on and potentially set yourself up 14-12, or do you go for the extra point and make it a 1-point ball game this early on?
I'd go for it early. That's what I had to go for it early, right? Just so you're not kind of, hey, look, you're betting all in on those 2 points right near at the end of the game. You know, that's just me.
Yeah, I mean, I'm with you. I think we might be the exception. I think a lot of teams, a lot of coaches only want to go for 2. I know if I asked Matt that question, he would have said, nope, you only go for 2 when you have to. You don't have to yet. But, yeah,
But what if it's like 14-6, right? What if he scores and they get the 2 points and it'd be 14-14 at the end of the game? Then you needed it. You had to do it.
Yep.
Right? I guess at that point.
And then you can just say hindsight's 20/20. 2nd down and 5. Trips formation up to the top. Johnson with a short drop gets that out to Saren Storm. Oh, well defended. Tackled almost immediately by Relger Law. No gain on the play. 3rd down and 5. And they did pretty well on 3rd down. Through the first half, Gerald, they were 7 of 10 on 3rd down. See what they can do on this one. Stats on the game so far, pretty even. Charleston with more passing yards. Will play action on 3rd down, and that one's nearly intercepted. Jeff Spicoli jumping up in front of it. I'm not sure if he got his hands on the ball, Gerald, or if he just kind of got in the way enough to disrupt the vision of the receiver, or what.
I think it went through his hands, and it just kind of changed the direction on the receiver, and it just kind of threw him off. But that could have been a pick 6 right there. That's a dangerous throw.
So we don't have to answer the question quite yet as far as whether they'll go for 2 when they score, because they have to punt this one away. Eric Blueberry, the undrafted rookie punter, kicks that one away back to the 22-yard line, where Ziggy Roenick makes the catch, and Ace Fennick back out onto the field now. So we can get a peek at the Alamo City offense for the first time here in half number 2. Fennick only threw 15 passes through the first half, completed 11 of them, 73% completion percentage. Had a touchdown, had a pick, 146 yards. Out route down to the bottom, and that one is ruled out of bounds. Thought he might have 1 foot in, but Greg Soto ruled out of bounds, so incomplete pass, 2nd and 10.
Yeah, looked like he had a foot in right there. But one of the things that I'm kind of like, I don't know if I'm impressed or just surprised by, is Brad Jones he's averaging 1/3 of what he averaged so far in the season. 1/3.
Wow.
2.4 yards a carry when he averages 7.5 on the season so far. That's crazy.
Great job by the Charleston defense to bottle him up. Look at that. That's a shining example of why his average is so low, Gerald. Got hit at the line, got actually stuck behind his own O-lineman because the Charleston D-line just applying so much pressure, and then wrapped up by the linebackers and brought down after a gain of only 1 yard. Now 3rd down and 9. Alamo City also did pretty decent on 3rd down. They were 4-6 in the first half. I don't know. They're okay. They do get that one. Threw it well short of the line to gain, but Ziggy Roenick catches it, turns upfield, gets the yards needed, 1st down.
Man, I feel like, Ziggy Roenick read the coverage when everybody dropped back deep. He just hot routed himself and just ran right up underneath it. And he caught it at about 4 yards past the line of scrimmage and ran the rest of the way to pick up the 1st down.
All kinds of blockers and room down to the bottom, but they're going to go up top. I thought they might run it off to the left, but no, back to Greg Soto. His 5th reception of the ball game goes for 5.
Yeah, look, and they're right back to it right here, right? I mean, they're just looking like, it seems like, hey, they hand it to Brad Jones, nothing happens, but it seems like they're just unfazed, and they just have extreme confidence, even in those 3rd and long situations, that they don't have nothing to worry about.
Jones takes the handoff and only is able to gain a yard. Immediately brought down again.
And that's the thing, right? I think it's 3rd and 4. It's not real long, right? But I don't think Alamo City has any worry, right? Especially the way they've been throwing the ball and converting these 3rd downs. I mean, shoot, they're above 50% on 3rd downs here. So You know, it's I guess hey, look, we're going to keep doing it until Charleston can stop us on third down.
Kevin Brackett, the linebacker, with the tackle on that last play. Fennick, quick pass over the middle. And that one's complete. Once again, hashtag throw it to the tight end. Your boy right there, Gerald, Garrison Blue.
Yeah, Blue, you my boy. Yeah, he just it looked like they did like an all slant. He's right there, man. He just found the the gap right there between the linebackers and in front of the safety, and they're moving the chains.
Two backs in the backfield now on first down. And the ball off to Storm. And a little bit more speed out of him that time. Gerald gains 4 on the play.
Yeah, Brad Jones, I think. Yeah, it's Brad Jones.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yep, Brad Jones.
But yeah, one of his better runs on the day. Other than he got 4 yards on that one. He went above the average of what he had so far. But if he can get more runs like that and get some space, right, the lineman can just hold their blocks a little bit longer. He can get some space.
Jones making some moves that time. Gets all the way up to the 40-yard line, first down and 10. You see the comparison between Jones and Hoagland. I don't know if that's a fair comparison since Hoagland's been injured since halfway through the first quarter.
But look at that average Hoagland's got, 5 yards a carry.
Well, I think he's more concerned about his arm than his average.
But yeah, look, that's the kind of stuff that we're used to seeing, like Brad Jones do right there, right? We're used to seeing him, find that space, a lineman block, and then him, creating himself some some good plays once he gets to the second level.
Jones behind his blockers, able to gain 6, keeping this methodical drive alive. Second down and 4, 9 plays, 44 yards so far on the drive.
And Brad Jones, right? If he can get to the second level, I just seen about on those last 2 runs, he can be a big, huge playmaker. But Charleston, for the most part, this game has been stopping him from getting to that level.
And the flag on the play. Going to be a free play. Defensive lineman jumped off sides. Get the call from the ref. And they will accept the penalty. Should give them first down yardage, Gerald.
Yep, without a doubt. Because I think even if they would have got the catch, I think it would have been short anyway. So you might as well take the yards and reset the downs.
A little over midway through quarter number 3. 5 wide.
So efficient. He's so efficient.
He really is. He's had a smooth game. Under pressure this time. Oh, wide open down the right sideline. Ace Fennick to Deuce Fennick. Touchdown, Alamo City. Nobody was near him, Gerald.
Yeah, Ace to Deuce connection. And I don't know how you let that guy get that wide open, right? He's not a guy that, it isn't known, right? Deuce Fennick coming into this game was the second leading receiver on this team, and he's a huge playmaker. He leads the team in touchdowns coming into this week. And, and here we are. I mean, especially in those situations like that, especially on those long yardage situations.
3 receptions, 42 yards, and a touchdown for Deuce Fennick. Ace Fennick now with 2 touchdown passes and almost 200 yards, just shy 198 yards on 15 catches. Alamo City, 21, Charleston, 6. Want in-depth stats all season long? You can visit the SFL website at simulationfl.net for info about the league and its 28 teams, and to see all the league records, team stats, player leaderboards, the rankings of the next class of SFL talent, and so much more. Simulationfl.net, your home for everything SFL. Gerald, Charleston in quite the hole now.
Yeah, especially how their drives had been, them going down the field methodically, taking up a lot of time on their drives. Them getting down now by 15 points. I just don't think, they can afford to have any wasted drives right now because, as you can see, Alamo City, I mean, they can score quick. if they felt like it seemed like. I mean, they have a big play offense.
Johnson throwing on the run to Saren Storm. There's Saren Storm, the other 23.
Yeah, man.
Lost a one on that reception.
Yeah, and I don't need. That was just a bad throw. I think Quintez saw J-Mart coming in on the blitz right there, right up the middle, and right when J-Mart was coming to the line, it seemed like he got tripped up. And
here, you take it.
and Quintez was like, let me just get it out.
Yep. Trips formation down to the bottom of the screen. Johnson goes up top. Pass is complete. Gains 4 on the play, but still a 3rd down and 7. They're still doing pretty good in 3rd down efficiency, 7 of 11 now. But they were not able to convert the 3rd down on the first drive of the second half, Gerald. They had to punt. They really can't afford to do that again.
No, look, and this is one of the formations that they had the most success on in the first half right here.
Play action. Johnson deep over the middle, batted away and incomplete. And back-to-back drives now are going to result in a punt. This one 3 and out. At least they got a first down on the last possession. This time, three plays, 3 yards, and it's punt.
And that was Rain. They pronounce it Rie, but I'm a swamp boy from down at Cajun Talk. It's spelled Rowe, Rain Rowe with the block right there. So, so yeah, look, and if he doesn't get a hand on it, I think they have a very good opportunity to be able to bring that ball down. So great play by him.
You can't just randomly rename people, right?
That's the way it's spelled, man. Like
I'm a swamp boy. He says.
I can't. Dude, I see it and I just say it.
You're like, I can't say Rie when it says Rowe.
Well, and I'm looking at the roster sheet and it says it right there how to say it, but I just can't say it like that.
You're like, nope, not doing it. Unbelievable. Mr. and Mrs. Rie say it's Rie though. So back to blue they go. Ace to blue. And a first down. 10-yard reception right over the middle.
And he went up and got that one too. He made sure that he got it and high pointed it right there before he even had a chance to get to the defenders right there. So, look, and that's a good easy 10 yards right there. Throw it to the big tight end.
Brad Jones running the ball again, getting a first down. A nice run off the left-hand side. Gains 10, just falling past the first down marker. Impact Monday heads to Houston for a tussle in the South between Mexico City Aztecs and the Houston Headhunters. Can Houston reverse the curse of last-second losses and snap their losing streak, or will the Aztecs stroll into Jules Simeon Stadium and give their rivals further suffering? Join Cameron Irvine and Paul Sarp at 7 p.m. Eastern Time with This Week in the SFL pregame to recap all of what you may have missed in Week 3. The game starts at 8:15 p.m. Eastern Time, only on SFL YouTube. The Cam and Paul Monday Night Spectacular featuring the Houston Headhunters and Mexico City Aztecs. Challenge on that play, Gerald. I don't know if that's really worth the potential challenge.
I don't know what that was.
Well, challenging the spot of the ball, so I guess instead of it being a first down, it's going to be 2nd and inches. So,
I don't know. I'm confused. Did Charleston say, "Hey, man, this isn't going so well, so we got to just take a win when we can get one"? Like, I don't understand.
But is it really worth the risk? Like, if that was 3rd down and 10 and they got a first on it, and now it's 4th and inches, okay. But Brad Jones gets the handoff and making us both look kind of silly because now it's 3rd down and 3. So, yeah, maybe it's worth it. I guess, you know what? We'll find out after this next snap if it was worth it. Mauer Rivers getting the big TFL.
Well, Mauer Rivers is one of the big premier defensive linemen, right? He's kind of up there in sacks so far this season. So it's good to see him call name. I know he's been doing a lot of work, especially in the run game in the first half, to being able to, stop Brad Jones. But here's an opportunity for that defense to step up and be able to force a 4th down here.
Fennick throws, and that one's incomplete to Greg Soto. And, Eddie Gage telling me that, that a challenge like that is the coaches reminding his players that he still believes in them. And come to find out, it was a good challenge, Gerald, because instead of that being a first down, it was 2nd and inches. The TFL made it 3rd and 3. The pass made it 4th and 3. Drive comes to an end. And John Wilson on to punt for the Artillery. So what do we know?
Nothing, apparently. Because Mar River was motivated by that challenge.
Sure was, yeah.
Honus
Odeby gets that up to the 22-yard line, and Charleston back out onto the field on offense. They got to do something here. They had their field goal on their opening drive, but then they threw a pick on their second drive. Then they had the weird field goal block sack tackle thing on possession number 3. Possession number 4, they had to punt. Possession number 5, they had to punt. See what they could do on possession number 6. Johnson to throw, steps up in the pocket, throws over the middle. That one is complete. Great veteran awareness by Johnson to avoid the sack, connect with Davius Reed.
Yeah, and Davius Reed, I didn't think he had anybody open, but he threw Davius Reed open. Look, he just went right behind the linebacker and threw, and he stepped up. I actually thought he was stepping up into traffic to get himself in trouble, but he was confident. Kenta is, an 8th-seasoned veteran in this league, throwing to Davius Reed, an 11th-seasoned veteran in this league. So these guys been around a while.
6 receptions for 68 yards by Davius Reed. Johnson throws on the run again, dumps it down to Saren Storm. Storm with nice yards on that one. 14 yards up the right-hand side.
I tell you what, that's one thing Saren Storm can, is used to, is catching the ball, because he's a former wide receiver turned running back right here for the Charleston Predators. So, and maybe he feels more comfortable, catching the ball out the backfield as opposed to running, right? Especially with him run this game, he's looking a little bit shaky, if I say, as far as running, right? Seeing something a little bit different, but out the backfield, I think he feels a lot more comfortable with that.
2 plays, 2 first downs after going 3 and out on the last drive. That pass incomplete, was trying to get it up to Jay Hayden, bouncing off his hands. Nice coverage on that one by Alamo City.
Yeah, it was nice coverage, but I could argue that he got there just a little bit early and didn't give the receiver a chance to, he bumped the receiver a little bit before the ball got there, and that's what caused the ball to just kind of get batted a little bit.
2nd down and 10, handing the ball off to Sutherland. And Terrell Sutherland able to gain 2 on the play. 3rd down and 8.
This is a huge opportunity right here for Charleston. I don't think they could afford to just, not come away with points on possessions right now.
Johnson throws on the run again and just drives it into Davius Reed. The catch is made, moves the chains. What a dart.
And it just shows the confidence he has, Davius, because that was the guy who had the most people around him.
Yeah.
And he's like, dude, I trust you. Catch this ball. I'm a little panicked as I'm rolling out of the pocket.
Johnson's looking around. All right, who is least open right now? Oh, Reed. Here you go. Johnson to throw. Checks this one down. Saren Storm hit at the line. They'll spot him with a 1-yard gain. 2nd down and 9.
And they're
now
looking
6 plays, 42 yards on this drive so far.
Yeah. So they got. I mean, they got to give themselves a few more yards, and they got to put themselves in a situation. I don't. It's going to be the 4th quarter here shortly, but I don't think a field goal does you any good.
3 quarters in the books. 11 minutes remains here in San Antonio. Artillery out in front, 21-6 over the visiting Charleston Predators. You're watching the Simulation Football League presented by APM Music. On YouTube, APM Music is unrivaled music to bring your stories to life, inspiring every production. We're the world's most robust and constantly refreshed music collection. State-of-the-art technology and world-class customer service. APM Music is the official soundtrack of the Simulation Football League. to explore their library and find the perfect track for your projects, visit apmmusic.com. 8-yard pass over the middle into double coverage once again, Gerald. The best passes that he seems to make are the ones that are into heavy traffic.
I don't know about you, but as an owner and a coach in this league, I don't want them passes to be thrown. But look, if this guy's walking that line and it's working, it's moving the ball, go ahead.
Johnson 28 of 37 for 242 yards, and on 3rd down and 1, throws another dart into traffic to Jay Hayden, gets the catch, and then about 10 yards after the reception. My goodness.
Dude, Jay Hayden, he caught the ball, and he's such a big guy, and he catches it right, and he has position over J-Mart right there, and then he shoulder checks a guy right there. Jeez, I thought he was going to go in breaking tackles. He saw that end zone and was like, I need to get it. But this is a situation that they couldn't, either the position in the field that they couldn't go in the same direction where they couldn't get inside the 5.
We'll see what they can do here. Jay Hayden, 6'4", 231 pounds. They hand this one off to Terrell Sutherland, another 6'4" individual, 245 pounds for the fullback Terrell Sutherland. Jay Hayden doing great things here on Charleston. Gerald, he came over in free agency from Arizona. It's his 6th season in the league, first with the Charleston Predators. And 2nd down and goal. They can't afford to come away with another field goal on this one. Hands this ball off to Saren Storm, breaks a tackle, can't break the next couple of tacklers. Will gain only a yard, 3rd down and goal.
He was trying to will it. He was trying to will himself in there, but it's 3rd and goal at the 2. And I would almost say that this situation right here, that you're in some 4-down territory right here. I would think.
I formation, yeah, I would agree. High formation now for Charleston. They will throw back corner of the end zone. Touchdown, perfect. Charleston. Oh, the toes were in. There he is again, Jay Hayden with the touchdown reception.
Yeah, I guess they thought about it. Say, hey, that man shoulder checked the guy and got us inside the 5. Let's get it to him. And that big man was able to keep his big toes right inside the end zone for that touchdown. And now do we see him go for 2 here? I guess not.
Look at that tree. Lion trees with a story to be told to his family later.
Conversation piece.
6 receptions, 66 yards, and a touchdown for Jay Hayden. They'll go with the extra point because they don't need the 2 yet, Gerald. That's what I was trying to tell you. They don't. It doesn't do them any good right now.
Man, that's why. Good old Matt Wilson was the GOAT, man. He knows what he's talking about. Don't listen to that guy like me. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about.
It's like the football whisperer. The only thing you know about is like snowballs and Rougarous and other weird Louisiana stuff.
Yeah,
P-Rose, yeah.
And up the bayou, down the bayou, how to pronounce row. And it ain't
right.
Rie.
It ain't no Rie, it's row. You row the P-Row, you don't Rie the P-Row.
That's what
we got an update from Florida, Gerald. Cameron Irvine, what do you got for us?
Thank you, Mike. When you need a boost, call on Gabriel Manning. Florida had scored 17 straight points, but the opening kickoff to start the 3rd quarter is all Gabriel Manning. Another Ron Cochran interception has Tulsa in the red zone, down 17-14. Back to you in San Antonio.
Thank you, Cam. Gabriel Manning, we saw him last week, Gerald, and always doing a lot of great things for Tulsa. Greg Soto with another reception, 81 yards now on the day.
Yeah, I don't think we got them Gabriel Manning fireworks on the kickoff like that last week.
We were looking for them, but it didn't happen. And Eddie Gage pointing out that is trying as the Charleston offense has looked so far tonight, they have more offensive yardage, as you saw there on that graphic, more total yards than Alamo City. And very quickly already, they have a 3rd down and 2. Jack Brown with the tackle of Brad Jones at the line of scrimmage. They've got a great opportunity now, Gerald. If Charleston can stop Alamo City here, you can get the ball back and maybe tie this one back up.
Yeah, and I think the key to the Charleston offense has been stopping Brad Jones.
And great defensive play by Charleston. Getting that one swatted away. Sam Blotner making another big play.
I almost jumped and fell out of my seat. I thought we had a pick six coming because he read that, man, like a grade school book, man. Like he was on it so quick. He just couldn't hold on to it.
Almost jumped right out of your P row.
Yeah, man.
I guess you can't broadcast from P row.
Oh yeah, you can.
Okay. How would that work?
Oh man, you could just sit outside of your P-row, man. They got this internet. You could run a wire out to the bayou, connect it to your PC and your mic and all that stuff. Yeah, dude.
Just float down the bayou in your P-row and
man, got to start the generator or as we call it down here, your light plant.
Really? You call it a light plant?
Light plant. Yeah, light plant.
The power plant that generates electricity. You call it a light plant?
No, the generator.
A
light plant
is a light plant.
Light plant.
That is bizarre. Anyway, Johnson dumps this one down to Saren Storm. And, looking at the comparison between Johnson and Fennick, the yardage total for Johnson just really showing Fennick up a little bit. They each have a pick. Obviously, Fennick's got one more touchdown than Johnson, but Kentez looking to change it up here.
Yeah, and they're keeping a pretty much clean sheet. Kentez has been efficient. He has the one pick, but that was early on in the game.
Nice, easy pitch and catch to Jay Hayden. Gets the first down. They're in Alamo City territory. So now I think we can agree that if Charleston's able to get a touchdown here, they'll be going for two.
I would hope so. I would hope head coach Jay Hayden says, let's go for two this time if they get a touchdown out of it.
Johnson, short pass over the middle, back to Hayden once again, I believe. And indeed it was.
He has been the guy in this quarter so far, toward the end of the third and into this quarter, right? That Kentez has been finding open.
8 receptions, 80 yards for Hayden, believe it or not the leading receiver for Charleston right now. Davius Reed's got him by 3 yards, but he's definitely been the man of the second half. That pass over the middle, and they're going to mark it a third down and inches.
What?
Reed adding back onto his yardage total. He had the first down, but under his own momentum, Gerald, his own power, I should say, he went back behind the line to gain. So no forward progress because he was actually running slightly backwards.
I'm with Mr. McFly in the chat. I don't understand how that was short, but it looked like he had it to me.
Yeah, it's all for naught now because he's got it that time. Kentez Johnson with his 92.2 quarterback rating. Stephen Bonnell, the second, one of the backup wide receivers here behind Odeby, Reed, and Hayden with that reception.
Look, and they're coming out with one of these sets right here that they've been having the most success for, with on this drive right here.
And that one off to Sutherland and tiptoes his way back to the line. Nick Hoagland, the running back for Charleston, the primary back, if you will, went down early on in the first quarter. So it's been all Saren Storm and Terrell Sutherland toting the rock for the Predators. Kentez Johnson doing a lot of the work through the air. He'll do it again here. Deep 7-step drop, deep down the right-hand sideline, and it's incomplete. A jumping attempt by Mickey McGuire, and I think Odeby almost looked like he gave up on it, like he thought it was going to be picked.
Yeah, I had two different emotions, like, oh man, it's a pick.
Yeah.
And then it touched his hands. Odeby, you have to come up with that.
Yeah.
You have to grab that. It hit you in the hands.
So it looked like McGuire deflected the ball.
Just
slightly
enough.
through off the just and enough where it looks like it may have hit
him on
Odeby
his
in the
forearm.
elbow. Yeah.
Yeah, hit him on the forearm or something. Man, it was
tough.
That could have been a big play from both sides.
Yeah. That would have been a walk-in touchdown for the Predators, or pick.
Both of them avoided disaster.
Now 3rd down and 10 in field goal range and under pressure. I don't know if they're in field goal range anymore. Sacked by Yogi Barr.
I think that look, and that was the right time for the Alamo City defensive line to show up, especially with the sack right there, because that play action had them hold on the ball just enough, and it takes them out of field goal range. Not that I don't know if they were going to kick it, but they're going to punt it.
Yeah, Yogi Barr with the sack. It looked like Tina Begin was in there as well. Might be a half sack for both of them. First sack through 3.5 quarters now. First sack by either team on the ball game. Punt is going to drop. Eric Blueberry punts that one all the way down to the 6-yard line. And great special teams play by Charleston.
Yeah. Tyson Thorne right there being able to stop the ball at the Blueberry, put it right where he wanted. And look, and they have Alamo City backed up. Now, if they can force Alamo City into some sort of a 3-and-out right here, or even if they do pick up a first down, keep them, from getting beyond the 20, they're going to come away with great field position if they're able to force them to punt anywhere between that area.
Well, they've made Alamo City punt on their last couple of drives, and loss of 2 to get things started there.
Look, and this is going to be some interesting play calling from Alamo City, right? You're back inside your own 5 right here. Do you run it and hopefully Brad Jones gets you out of this the shadow of your own goalpost? Do you throw it and risk turning the ball over right here in your own territory?
Brad Jones only averaging 2.6 yards per carry tonight. Trying to get something going there and can't. What a tackle. Just absolutely wrapped up and leveled on that play. 55 yards on 21 rushing attempts. They're trying. I mean, they're giving him the ball. They're trying to get something going. He just can't do it.
And what has he got in yards, man? Like 56 yards. And and compared to last week, it's not even a quarter of what his offense production was last week.
Third down and long. Ace Fennick under center. He's going to have to throw this one. Nope, they're going to pitch it out to Jones. Jones breaks a tackle, and he's off to the races all the way up to the 25-yard line. Gerald, I thought that was a huge mistake, and it gets them all the way up to the 25 out of the shadow of their own goalpost, and a fresh set of downs. First down and 10 from the 26.
Oh, God, you hold them to 3rd and long inside their own 5, and they do just – I felt like the safe play, and it was just a pitch to the bunch side, and your linebacker and Jack Brown, one of the better linebackers, been here for 12 seasons, 5-time All-Star, usually makes that tackle. You would bet on Jack Brown making that tackle every time, but Brad Jones was able to get out of it and pick up a first down.
Brad Jones getting right back to it, gained 7 on that handoff, and now the clock becomes an issue. 2.5 minutes to go in the ball game, and Alamo City out in front by 8 in possession of the football, both teams with all 3 timeouts, but Charleston needs to get this ball back.
Yeah, look, and if Alamo City can get just a few more runs and stuff like that out of Brad Jones here, because I don't think they're going to put the ball in any kind of a danger and even worry about throwing it, right? You have an 8-point lead, what some people can call it a 2-score lead, seeing how difficult 2-point conversions are to get these days.
Jones, he'll get the first down and more. Nice blocking. Springs him free. First down and 10. 2 minutes to go. Minute 57, in fact, from their own 41-yard line. 1-score ball game. Hey, don't leave the stream without joining our Discord server. There's so much more to do in the SFL than just being a player. You can join to check out content for teams and about the league created by the community. Participate in pick'ems, play SFL Fantasy Football, test your skills in Survivor Pool, and so much more. To join our server, visit simulationfl.net and click on the Discord icon in the menu. The SFL community is over 2,000 strong, and we will see you there. Charleston, they're going to have to start burning their timeouts, Gerald, and if there's another first down, could be devastating for them.
Yeah, and look, and with that run Brad Jones had, right, picked up his average, and he's approaching 100 yards, and he's been more successful in these last 3 or 4 runs than what he's been all game.
Average going way up and passing the 100-yard mark on that one and getting another first down. And, Charleston's going to call their second timeout. They have one remaining. And the reason that becomes so devastating is Alamo City can't run the clock completely out, but they can almost run it completely out at this point. And Brad Jones, the guy that's getting it done now after struggling in the first half, really helping Alamo City here. So,
and they're going to kneel it out.
They're going to, which is interesting because, like I just said, they can't. There's still too much time left on the clock. If Alamo City elects to just kneel this one down and punt it away, they can. But they're basically gifting Charleston one final chance.
Right, and Charleston held Brad Jones to 56 yards in 3 7/8 of a game. 3 7/8 quarters, right? And he's got nearly 50 yards in just the last couple of minutes of the fourth quarter to potentially put his team in a position to come away with the win.
Well, it all started off with that third down and long, right?
Right.
That really got it going for him. Third down and long, and what do? They pitch it to Jones for 21 yards. Then he got 7 yards, 8 yards, 5 yards, 5 yards, and got him all the way up to where they needed to go. Brad Jones is this possession. He is this drive. So 1 minute to go. They'll kneel it down that one final time, and John Wilson trotting out onto the field. He'll punt this one away. Charleston's not going to have a lot of time, but one big pass and you could get yourself in the end zone, and then guaranteed they would go for two. We could see a potential tie ball game, but first they'll let this tick away. Charleston will get the ball. It's not even, honestly, Gerald, it's not even going to be, it's going to be 25 seconds, but it could have been significantly less time. If they just gotten one more first down, it would have been game over.
Right.
Honus Odeby gets it up to the 20. They need a touchdown. They've got 22 seconds to do it. What do you do, Gerald, if you're Charleston? You got Kentez Johnson throwing it to who? Odeby, Reed, Hayden?
Yeah, I think your big guys here, right? If you're trying to get it down the field, it's got to be Davius Reed and Jay Hayden, to be able to get you some. And they don't even look like they're in a good formation to press the deep.
Johnson with 300 yards, make that 312. They'll hurry back to the line. They either got to go deep or they got to work the sidelines, Gerald.
I think they need to spike it. There we go.
Yeah, they did. Hopefully they can get out in a better formation here. If they throw one more pass that's tackled in the field of play, it's game over.
Yeah, they've got to throw it. You almost got to go for throw some deep out or something like that. Anything in the middle of the field and you get tackled, the game's over. You won't be able to get yourself set.
So, see what they can do. 3 receivers out to the right, and now that's going to be it. They throw it right back into the field of play.
Yeah, they're not going to
be able to line back up to 1. Yeah, and that will be the ball game. Alamo City looked like things were getting maybe a little dicey there at the end, but they hang on for the win, in large part thanks to that final possession by Brad Jones himself. They come away with the win 21-13. Gerald, your final thoughts on the game as we look at the final stats and highlights.
If you look at it, I mean, Charleston outgained Alamo City in the entire game, and you would look at it and look at the stats and say, hey man, this game would be a lot closer, or maybe Charleston would have the edge there, but it's not to be the case, right? Charleston did just enough to keep themselves in the game, and on the flip side, Alamo City did just enough to keep themselves in the lead, right? They made the plays when they need to, and and to improve themselves to 2-1. But this pitch right here was the game.
Yeah.
That was the play that pretty much sealed it, or even I guess sparked Brad Jones to be able to put his team in a situation to kind of chew the game away.
So, final player of the game is going to be Ace Fennick, 17 of 24, 220 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Alamo City with the win, 21-13 over Charleston. Meanwhile, over in Florida, the Storm up 24-21 over Tulsa. The fourth quarter just got started. You can head over to that game and see the exciting conclusion of that one. This has been a presentation of the Simulation Football League presented by APM Music. For Gerald, Eddie, Justin, Cam, and of course Matt Wilson, who will always be with me in spirit, I'm Mike Dagg saying thank you for joining us. Be kind to one another. Always choose happy and have a great night. See ya!